how you guys doing out there? My name is Bryson Jerome Bush. I'm a fragrance enthusiast, as well as that, self-taught perfumer. And here at my channel, I like to go over some of the world's most amazing fragrances, as well as that, some of the industry trends. But mainly, I would like you to, better yet, I'll invite you to walk with me through my journey as a perfumer. I've been at this for honestly about the last 10 years. Practicing for 10 years. Actually, been researching a lot longer than that. And you probably ask yourself, like, where did this come from? How did it get started? Well, my father was big on fragrance his whole life, and I kind of just grew into that. It's one of those things that you see, father's cologne in the medicine cabinet. You take a whiff of it, I didn't go full Macaulay Culkin, but yeah, it was something I like. I've always been attracted to pleasant smells, whether it be from scented candle or perfumery to colognes. Just very attracted to it, and I spent my money on my fair share of bottles of fragrance. I think it's cool. Always been a decently artistic person, and I always viewed the industry of fragrance as truly an art more so than anything else. Yeah, really enjoyed it. So one day, back in college, I kind of got this epiphany. I started to see the lineage between music and perfumery. I noticed they both had different notes, different levels, things, some of them. So I kind of went down the rabbit hole. I researched how fragrance is made. Okay, so you may say, well, Bryson, I have Curve or a bottle of Burberry at the house, or my grandfather liked Old Spice, but I'm not a perfumer. What made you want to become a perfumer? Well, I always loved the challenge. That's the main thing. I always loved the challenge. I have a athletic past in my past life, shall I say. But I've never been afraid of a challenge. Something that kind of been born with. So I took it as a challenge. I didn't know any perfumers. Couldn't put a face on anybody who made a perfume at all. It's not like your usual typical stars like a Jay-Z or Beyonce. Like, oh wow, there's or LeBron James or Michael Jordan, or actresses like Halle Berry, or there's Tom Cruise or Will Smith. Most people can't tell you who a perfumer is or what one looks like, and that was kind of peculiar to me. And I was like, wow, here's these amazing works of art that we all, most of us, indulge in and truly love, but we can't really pinpoint who done these. And that once again made me want to go down the rabbit hole a little further. So I started researching more. How would I make a fragrance? What do you do? And that research turned into me challenging myself. I mean, self-taught perfumer is it's hard to say self-taught. We all get our gems from somewhere. For me, this curiosity grew into a passion, and that passion um, was fueled by information that I grabbed along the way, whether it be I learned the ABCs of perfumery from Perfumer's World out there. And I watch a lot of different fragrance vlogs for example, another self-taught perfumer, Peter from uh, Fragrance View, I believe is his vlog. Um, there's a perfumer, Karen Gilbert, that I really, I really owe a lot of I got a lot of my confidence to decide, to truly decide to be a perfumer um, from her. She was one of the first people that um, let people know that you don't have to be uh, a chemist. You don't have to be a schooled and practically um, trained person to make a fragrance. It's okay that you didn't go to fragrance school. It's okay that you're not a chemist. Um, and that really gave me a confidence boost that I could do it. Um, there's a lot of fragrance reviewers out there that I learned a lot about the industry, and I learned a lot about the trends, and helped me uh, get a deeper grasp for just the cologne and perfume industry itself. Um, RIP to Carlos J. There, Brooklyn fragrance lover. Um, I watched Fragrance Brothers. Um, Not to mention Jeremy Fragrance himself. Um, his passion doing the spin and everything like that. You know, it's his deal. But I learned a lot from a lot of these reviewers, adolescents. Um, I learned a lot from these fragrance vlogs, as well as I did tons of research from whether honestly you Google Wikipedia or something. Um, you can find out just about how to make anything if you are if you're serious enough. The research, you have to do the research. You got to do the research. It's not like other industries where you say, "Hey, how many points did LeBron score last night?" and it's going to like pop up. The fragrance industry is a little mysterious. In some people's eyes, that's why I think it kind of gets the allure that it does. When you have fragrance, it's like kind of magical, I guess, because there's not a lot of information out there um, about the fragrance industry. Um, that's why if you're researching, you have to dig hard for for a lot of information and get those gems, and that's why it takes a while. But once I decided to be committed to this new thing called perfumery, I knew that this was not going to be a wake up. Oh, I'm the greatest perfumer of all time type deal. No, that's not going to happen. That doesn't happen with most things. It takes a lot of research. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of diligence. It takes a lot of failure. Yes, it takes a lot of failures, and failures aren't necessarily meaning like you failed. Like I like the good phrase where people call losses lessons. You know, it's a lesson. Uh, I made some fragrances that are terrible, awful. I mean, some of my fragrances, I made something smell like straight Kool Aid. Yeah, it's sweet, but too much. Uh, I also made some fragrances that I thought I was like, okay, maybe I'm arriving a little bit. And then I look back months from when I did that, and I'm like, no, I wasn't even it. That wasn't even it. It wasn't the one. But you get better as you go. You get better as you go. And it's one of those things. It took me some years to finally, what I would call a wearable fragrance, something that, you know, you put on and people, whether it be at work or whether it be in a grocery store, somebody say, oh, I see you. What you got on there? You know, it took me a couple years for me to get to that point, and then you had to start thinking about, not only that fragrance, it smelled good, how you make it last long, which notes last long, which notes work best together, as well as that. If you're looking to sell a fragrance, the appearance of it. Oh yeah, sorry. Big shout out to IFF.com, International Flavor and Fragrance. That's where I get a lot of my basis for learning. It came from there. Fragrantica. If there's something that you want to do out there, there's information. Now, how easy that information is obtainable, that may depend, barring what industry you may be in. But you can get that information. Definitely. It was a little more difficult for me, barring that was the fragrance industry. But I was able to get it done. And now I can happily say, yes, I could make a good fragrance. Yes, a competitive fragrance as well. But just like any craft, if you ever wanted to be great, if you ever wanted to be somebody, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It's, with this industry, the same thing. Just because you can make a jump shot or just because you get good enough where you're in the league, there's a long way to go. It's a big difference from a rookie in the NBA and being the GOAT. Am I at my peak? No. I think I have tremendous upside. Tremendous upside. So on this channel, you're going to hear me use fragrance in tons of analogy. I'm an analogy person. I really am. So if you're into that, great. If not, don't beat me up for it. So you may hear me use a lot of analogies to fragrances, music, sports. I mean, those are some of the things I love as well. But yeah, I decided to come on this channel and just be open and clear. I didn't really have know what a perfumer should look like, a perfumer should talk like, or supposedly dress like. But I know that I am a fragrance lover, and I am a perfumer. And appreciate you joining me on this journey. Next time I see you, we will be covering a fragrance. Yes, we will be covering a fragrance. And that fragrance is Como de Garçon. Amazing green. Next time, my glasses. I'm just gonna put a little fly right now. I'll let y'all later.